In the light of recent cuts in the overseas development assistance, the bank notes that raising domestic revenues has become even more critical for Uganda. It also stresses the need to strengthen fiscal outcomes on both the revenue and expenditure sides.
As we highlight in this update, Uganda's current tax to GDP ratio remains stubbornly low at about 13%, and that's below the regional average of about 16% and the government's own target of 18%. Obviously, this gap limits the government's capacity to invest in health, education, agriculture, infrastructure, and social protection, and undermines the country's resilience to shocks.
The World Bank's provisional estimates point to lack of progress on fiscal consolidation, with financial year 25 fiscal deficit almost 2% of GDP higher than what was budgeted.
Uganda spends about 28% of its tax revenue for interest payments alone. Looking ahead, slow reforms, limited job creation, climate vulnerabilities, and external shocks could undermine further progress if decisive actions are not taken to strengthen revenue, improve spending efficiency, and build resilience for the longer and medium term.
By working together, we can ensure that reforms in revenue mobilization and expenditure efficiency translate into tangible improvements in service delivery. Today's discussion is an opportunity to reflect together on how to best achieve these policy reforms.
According to the latest IMF World Bank debt sustainability analysis, Uganda continues to face moderate risk of external and overall public debt distress as debt to GDP ratio reaches 53% of GDP in the financial year 2025. Government says this is a matter it is addressing.
The economic update highlights risks related to public debt, especially the debt service costs. Government takes this issue seriously. The financial year 2026-27 budget strategy outlines measures for mobilizing financing while maintaining debt sustainability. We're not going to borrow at any cost. We're going to borrow at a good cost and invest in highly productive areas. And these include, number one, enhancing reliance on innovative low-cost financing, climate grants to buy out some of the financing requirements in that area, concessional windows, Islamic finance, diaspora instruments.
The report further raises concerns on recurring expenditures which continue to consume a large share of the national budget, often at the expense of investments critical for driving long-term growth. Charlotte Amuge for UBC.